Hello and welcome to On the Mic, a Zoomcast that spotlights students, services, and staff of Highlands Community Charter and Technical Schools. Highlands offers adults 22 years of age and older the opportunity to earn their high school diploma, learn English as a second language, and learn a skill. My name is Mike Roessler, and today we are joined by Shawna Thiel. Shawna, how are you?
I'm doing great, and you?
Really good, really good. It's so nice to meet you. I met you just recently and thought, man, Shawna would be fantastic for On the Mic. And so, Shawna, you're a staff member over at our Calvary site with the Equity Initiatives Program. Tell us a little bit about yourself that maybe some of our viewers would like to know.
Okay. Well, I dropped out of high school in the 11th grade. I was 9 months pregnant with my first son, and I was going to a really bad school in Oakland. So I didn't want to lose my child, so I left school. I raised him, and then I had a second child in 2000, and I was hesitant to go back to school because of the man that I was with at the time. He was kind of possessive and stuff. So I just kind of stayed away from getting my education, collected welfare for years. And finally, I decided to move on with my life. And then when I moved on with my life, I met another gentleman, and he really stood by my side. He helped me go back to school. He helped me get situated in my life for myself so that I can progress for my children. So I came back to school in 2018. I wanted to graduate the same year as my son, who's in the military now, but I didn't get that chance. He left for the military. I got stressed out. I didn't come back to school. So I was like, you know what? I got to get myself a job because I need to take care of my family. So I just started working again. And then in August of 21, I returned back to school. And my goal was just to get my high school diploma so I could be a CHP dispatcher. I was working really hard, getting my credits, knocked down. And then my goal was to finish high school before my birthday in March of this year. And even though I was 7 days late finishing school, but I did finish it all in March. And then a week before my birthday, I came in and I said, Malcolm, I decided that I don't want to be a CHP dispatcher anymore. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, I'm determined, and my goal now is to work for Highlands. And he said, are you sure? I said, I'm absolutely sure. Let's see what we can do to get that done. And I thank Malcolm so much, him and Alejandro both, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here working for Highlands.
I love it. Yes. And so, Sean, let me just jump in. What a great story. And sometimes I think we need some maybe a little confidence boost. We need a little motivation. Maybe we need both of those at the same time, and it sounds like you've got that. And so you mentioned to me earlier that you have 3 boys and then 2 stepdaughters. You said
yes,
and so and you have one left at home. He's 11 years old, and what does your 11-year-old think about when you walked across that stage?
He cried. He was really happy for me and his dad. We both walked the stage together. And he was really excited. Now his goal is to continue his education and continue his honor roll, because he's been on honor roll since he started preschool. And he is in the 5th grade now, and he's still on honor roll. So he's really excited about the fact that I graduated high school and I got my diploma, and now that I'm working, he loves it. As a matter of fact, he'll be here today after he gets out of school. He loves to come and visit me on Wednesdays. So
well, that's certainly something to look forward to, right? And I think when we talk about Highlands, that and in the early days, I used to say that Highlands, we want to improve the quality of life for our students and their families.
Yes.
And by being a great role model for your 11-year-old, that's improving the quality of his life as well, because now he really wants to do well in school. And like you said, continue those good grades and continue and maybe go to college at some point if that's the path that he would like to take. Or but we know that when you dropped out, it's it's either for a really good reason or really bad reason, or just a reason that just came about. And so we're certainly glad that you found Highlands and found the equity program, and then really happy that you decided to come back after you left Highlands for a little bit.
Yes.
Gathered your bearings and then came back, and it's fantastic. Now, what's your boyfriend's name?
His name is Shawna Farmer.
So I'm glad you and he had a chance to walk across the stage together. Now, was your son in the audience when you graduated?
Yes, he was.
Beautiful. That must have been fun, trying to locate him in the audience there.
He was sitting with his sister and his brother-in-law, so they kept an eye out for us so he could actually see us walk up on the stage.
Yeah, I mean, listen, when I graduated from high school, my parents were in the audience, right? When you graduated from high school, your kids, yes. How great is that?
It was amazing. I cried, actually.
Right. No, listen, and let those tears go when you need to, right?
Yes.
So Shawna, tell us, what's the feeling like coming into work every day at Calvary and with the equity program? Like what do you feel like? What's different now in your life that prior to having earned your high school diploma?
Well, the difference is I get to wake up every morning and leave the house with my son. As he's going to school, I get to go to work. Being a paraeducator is great. I love helping the students. I know that I needed help a lot when I was getting my high school diploma. And to sit here and help the students that Malcolm has right now, it gives me joy knowing that I can help them the same way they helped me. And I love it. And I love being away from the house for 8.5 hours.
Right. And listen, you get paid for it. I think we all have a feel-good job where we get to help our students, and you were one of those students. And so who better to help our current students than a former student?
Right.
Understand that, hey, you got to come to school every day. You got to come to school every single day. Even if it's, even if you don't feel like getting out of bed, or it's raining outside,
right?
Or you got a lot on your plate, right? I think, and I want your reaction to this, Shawna, but I think Highlands helps. When we say we have a lot on our plate, I feel like some of our students' plates are really small, and part of our job is to make those plates larger, which means that they can handle more,
right?
Which means that raising children, being in a relationship, having a job, making sure that go home and to make sure the kids are fed and do their homework and get to bed and clean the house and mow the lawn and do the laundry and all these other things, right? And so I think that if we can help our students get a bigger plate,
right,
let their plate grow, which means that basically meaning that they can handle more of the day-to-day adult responsibilities. Did you find it that your plate got bigger when you came back and earned your high school diploma? Because I know you left Highlands because maybe like you were lonely and you were bummed out that your son left to the military, but you figured out what you needed to come back.
Yes, and I did, because like I said, at first I was really depressed. My son left, he was in North Carolina. It was driving me crazy because I'm like, I can't get to him if something happened. And, but he's grown now. still want to make me cry. But I still look, worry about my children no matter how grown they are. I think that coming back and, like you said, letting my plate get bigger, it gave me more room to grow. It gave me more room to move around and get the things done that I actually needed. Even though at the time when I did come back, I was doing home care. So a lot of my clients were in the evening, so I had pretty much my whole day while my son was in school to actually stop what I was doing, even if I wasn't doing anything, and get up and do my homework.
Right, right. I
You
mean,
know,
there's a whole new appreciation for school and earning that high school diploma. And unless you would not be able to work at Highlands if you did not have a high school diploma,
exactly.
right?
Yes.
I mean, diplomas are better, right?
They are so much better, and they give you so much more confidence. With a high school diploma, I feel like I could work anywhere. But I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay right here with Highlands. But I feel like with my high school diploma, I could go anywhere and get a good job because I have that underneath my belt now.
Yeah, boy, your life must be a little different than it was, say, 2 or 3 years ago, right?
Yes.
I mean, tell us what it's like to, um, have a job that you really asked for. Like you changed from wanting to be a CHP dispatcher to working at Highlands for a reason.
So my goal, like I said, my goal was to be a CHP dispatcher. And then one morning I woke up and I had this feeling in my heart that was hurting. And I was like, I've already been through enough watching clients pass away on me, being in their home while they were passing away. And it really hurt me. A lot of my clients I got attached to. And then it was the TV series 911. And the dispatcher, she had this crazy call. And when I woke up the next morning, I was like, I can't do this. Like my heart was just so heavy. Like, I don't want to be a CHP dispatcher anymore. I don't think I can handle the despair that people are going through, the pain that they're dealing with. And I came in that day, and like I said, I just told Malcolm, like, I don't know. I said I changed my mind. And he really thought that I was changing my mind about quitting school. And I was like, oh no, I am determined to finish this year. But I changed my mind about being a CHP dispatcher because my heart felt so heavy for just the people on the other end of the line, and I didn't think I could do it anymore. I didn't think I could deal with the heartache that they are dealing with while over the phone, and I couldn't help them in person. So I said, I would love to work for Highlands. And then Alejandro said, well, why don't you work for Equity Initiatives? And it was funny because at the time I was like, what is Equity Initiatives? He said, it's your school. I said, no, I go to Highlands. He said, no, you go to Highlands, but you're working through Equity Initiatives. And I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. I didn't know that. I thought everywhere was Highlands. And he said, no, we're Equity Initiatives. I said, well, sold. I want to work for Equity Initiatives. And he said, well, let's see what we can do for you.
Right. Right. I mean, you were in the Equity Initiatives program. That is, of course, a program of Highlands Community Charter and Technical Schools. Hey, Shawna, tell me about one of the mantras that we have at Highlands is from survivability to sustainability. And you've probably heard that before. And so tell us about what it's like moving from being on welfare that you talked about to having a job that you love that pays pretty well. Tell us the difference there.
Well, the difference is being on welfare, you don't have to do anything. You sit at home, play with your kids, play on your phones nowadays. Being on welfare and then moving to a career is like the best feeling in the world because it's not just a job, it's a career. And you can hold that career until it's time for you to retire, or you could keep going with your career and you don't have to retire. Really having a career, like I said, having the career that I wanted is so much more makes me happier. I wake up in the morning with a better attitude. I used to wake up in the morning grouchy, angry, mad. I would get mad at my dad because I felt like he was talking too early to me in the morning. I'm like, I need my coffee first. But now I wake up in the morning and I'm like, hey, you guys want some coffee? How's everything going? I really wake up with a better attitude every day.
And it sounds like a whole different mindset as well.
Yes, it
which no offense to the old Shawna, but I like the new Shawna better.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I mean,
I like her too.
Yes, and that's the key, is that you like the new Shawna, and the feeling that you earned by finishing your high school diploma, getting a job that you really love, and loving to come to work every single day. I mean, that's the pathway that we would love to see all of our students on. And so hopefully, all of our students feel the same way you did. That look, at some point, you just got to get out of your own way and finish high school, because it gives you, not only does it give you the diploma that you've earned, but it also gives you this boost in confidence and morale and mindset that says, man, I could go apply for any single job I want that requires a high school diploma. I don't have to lie about it anymore.
Exactly. And it's crazy because for a few jobs that I did have, I lied and said I had a high school diploma, even though I didn't. But, got to get a job somehow, got to take care of your family. Welfare doesn't pay much. They give you a few dollars here, a few dollars there, but leaving welfare alone and having a career, it just gives you more of, I guess you could say, a better attitude about yourself, more improvement for yourself, and you can't improve yourself if you're sitting at home watching TV, not doing your work, not looking for work. It's better. I have this quote on my wall right here. It says, it does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. And when I seen that, I carried that on my phone for like 6 months. I finally printed it out and put it on my wall because I want the students to know that it doesn't matter how slow you go. You could go as slow as you want, but it's totally up to you to not quit.
Yeah, and listen, what a perfect person to have in the classrooms at the Equity Initiatives program to kind of not only help them in whatever way they need, but also to tell your story about how you did stop high school when you were 17, started again, stopped again, started again, and finished. Well, listen, it's so very nice to meet you, Shawna.
It was nice meeting you.
And welcome to the Highlands family as now a staff member. We're certainly very, very pleased that we get to see you on staff meetings and around the events. Yes. And thank you for joining on the mic.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it so much.
All right. Have a great day.
You too.